you. Welcome back, viewers. And it's such a lovely Thursday morning this morning. I'm your host as well, Brittany Romeo, and we're here to talk about World Met Day 2023. So I am joined now with Mr. Trevis Gardiner. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
And how are you doing?
I'm okay.
You
Good
can
morning
speak
to
a
the
little
listeners
louder.
as well.
This is your first time in an interview, or you're normal with this?
I was actually here last year doing the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess you're accustomed to it, so we're going to have a fun time talking about this morning, right?
Yeah.
So this is Trevis Gardiner. He's a meteorologist and also forecaster. That's interesting. How did you get involved in meteorology?
Actually, as a child going to Bishop's High School.
You went to Bishop's too?
Yeah.
Okay, well, shameless plug. We'll take that too.
The best school in Tobago.
It is. Well, let's not start a conversation here because Juliet will start a war. But anyways, as you were saying.
Right. My geography teacher, Ms. Hackett at the time, would have introduced me to meteorology as a career path. And from there, I would have looked into it. Right. I was interested in the field, and I would have went on to university in Barbados, Cape Verde, and studied meteorology before coming back to Tobago. I worked in Piaco, and now I'm working at the Crown Points.
And how is the experience working as a meteorologist? Just curious before we start today's conversation.
I feel privileged, you know. Not a lot of persons who go and study get to work in their field of study.
Okay, that's true.
So I really enjoy that. And I always enjoy the weather and the climate. Any kind of research or just predicting what the weather is going to do from day to day is a joy to me. So I really enjoy working in my career path or my field.
Okay.
Right.
So tell us about World Meteorology Day, because this is the first time I'm hearing about this, actually. So,
really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first, let me start by wishing you a happy World Met Day 2023.
Thank you.
Today is the 23rd of March, which is recognized globally as World Met Day. What this day is all about is that actually in the year 1950, the World Meteorological Organization came into force. Okay. Right? That is the body that governs meteorology across the globe. So what the National Met Services usually do is celebrate World Met Day on this day because it celebrates our governing body. Okay. And we are the National Met Service here in Tobago, the Tobago Meteorological Service. So we use this day to celebrate meteorology, and we try to get the public, you know, to engage with us and celebrate meteorology with us. Okay. Right? So usually, well, since the year 1961, the WMO, as we say for short, for World Meteorological Organization, they usually give a theme for World Met Day. Okay. Yeah. And usually we use that theme and we do activities geared around the theme. Okay. Like I mentioned before, I would have been here last year, and the theme for last year would have been early warning and risk, etc. And we were just coming out of the pandemic, so we had a photo competition, and coming on here, a lot of persons participated, and we had winners. Both I think was a junior and an adult winner we had for the photo competition last year. All
right, so I'm seeing this year that the theme is all about the future of weather, climate, and water across generations.
That's right.
Very prophetic. So tell us something. What are some of the plans for World Met Day in Tobago this year?
Right. So last year we were just coming out of the pandemic. So the activities we planned were more virtual. We had virtual classroom sessions and virtual career fairs as well. This year,
we're going outside.
That's right. We want to go outside. So we said, okay, what can we do? We want something, you know, fitness-based, something that everyone could come together and be a part of. So we said, okay, we're going to do a 5K this year. The route is from Parade Grounds by the White Sox Stadium, and it finishes by our head office, which is Cast Building in town. All right. Right? We already have everything planned out. Registration is free of charge. We're just asking everyone on the island, everyone here in Tobago, to come out and participate. Whether you want to walk, run, jog, or you want to bike, just come out, participate. We're asking persons to wear white and come out and enjoy with us.
What's the significance of wearing white?
We just want to look uniform on the road. You know, we want to take nice pictures. We're going to have educational signs along the way for persons to take pictures with. And we want to have a nice day for World Met Day. We think white is an easy color for persons to wear, basically.
It is. Well, yes, I think so as well.
That's basically the idea.
So apart from World Met Day, are there any other programs or initiatives that the meteorological section does for us in Tobago?
Well, for us, we want someone in the future to be able to take my job.
Yeah. Okay.
So we always try to engage the younger generations. Like I said last year, we would have had the virtual career fair and classroom sessions. We more engage students doing geography and environmental science. Although to get into this field, maths and physics is very important, so we push that as well. So we are always involved with the schools, trying to get students to see meteorology as a viable career path. Apart from that, I also take part in a campaign alongside TEMA, the Make Yourself or Make Tobago a Hard Target campaign that we ran during the hurricane season last year. That is just to sensitize persons and get them prepared for the hurricane season. Do you have an evacuation plan, etc.? That campaign would have ended in November last year. but we want to pick it up a little earlier this year to get persons prepared for the hurricane season later on this year. So those are some of the things that the Met Service are really involved in. Apart from that, obviously, we issue our daily forecasts. We do outreach programs in some of the communities, and we continue to, go around the island, putting up weather stations so we can get weather data from across the island to improve the status of weather and climate here in Tobago and do our part as part of the national weather community.
Okay, so could you tell us about a typical day after, well, I guess, like, for example, today, after when you finish here with your interview at Tobago Updates, what are you going to do next?
Well, things is kind of hectic right now because I have a lot of the planning for this 5K. But outside of that, right, as a meteorologist, you're always in training because you have to stay on top of your skills. So actually, because of this 5K, I'm missing out on a training program. I'm not sure if you know Darian Mitchell.
Yes,
he works at Team.
Yes,
we have been going on a training program over the last 3 months. And this was the final week of training in Trinidad that I had to miss this week because I have to finalize the plans for the 5K.
Can we ask what the training is about, since it's about ensuring that you're more edified in the Met?
Well, this training in particular is more about flood mapping and to do with the mangroves in Tobago and how we could use meteorology and some of the persons from Environment Tobago to increase our knowledge and understanding of the mapping of the area here in Tobago. Right? That is an initiative, I think, was from the environmental team, and they invited us as the Met Service who have some information on GIS, etc., to come along on the training as well. Okay,
so let's go back to the World Met Day 5K run. And I'm seeing that, of course, warm-up starts at 5:30.
Right.
5:30. 5:30.
No, you know Tobago, right? So we are smart. We say 5:30 because we are hoping by at least 6 a.m. we can leave and get, you have to do it in a smart way.
Fair enough.
But we have Mr. Dennis James, who is a fitness instructor. He's a part of Dennis Fitness. He's going to be there to come and get the juices flowing, get persons warmed up. We need to do a little stretch. We're not just going to send persons out on the road to get any injury or stuff like that. Right. So we're going to get persons warmed up and ready to take part in the 5K.
Now, I also see there only the first 100 finishers will receive medals. So what about the others? What are we going to get?
Unfortunately,
so we have to go back.
You have video, right? But I think the first 100, that's good.
Because I would assume that you're expecting more than 100 persons to participate in the event.
Yes, but we have to make it competitive. It just can't be everybody gets a medal. If you want a medal, you need to come in the first 100.
Yeah, you went to Bishops. You clearly went to Bishops. Okay, so thank you. But as it stands, because we know that climate change does affect our island states, especially in the Caribbean.
Right.
So are there any measures or anything that has been put in place to make more persons aware of how important the Met is, and to make sure that, okay, we are aware that climate change will affect us if it is that we're not ready, or if we do put things in preventative modes in order to protect us in the long run?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. So yes, you are right. Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean region, we are some of the most vulnerable when it comes to climate change and effects of climate change. And that's why World Met Day and other programs like this is important. So the WMO has other agencies like the International Meteorological Organization, which is IMO, which standardize the collection of meteorological data and the transfer of meteorological data, which allows for studies on climate change. And those kind of studies is the data we use to help small nations like Trinidad and Tobago, so the globe can understand what we are going through and how the intense hurricanes and storms are affecting us. Right? So these are the kind of programs we use to sensitize persons. We always try to do stuff around World Met Day to get persons in Tobago engaged, and we try to reach out to the community to make them understand, how actions could affect us in the long run.
All right. So Trevis, thank you so much. I think you've been very insightful this morning, sharing about what we're going to be happening for World Met Day and also what is happening with Meteorological, excuse me, organization. So we just want to say thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the event on Saturday. I might actually sign up and take part on Saturday. You never know.
I would just say, in closing, thanks for having me. We have things in place for the 5K. We have shuttles available to take persons to and from Shore Park and the parade grounds. Registration is free. We also have police service there for your service. We have the nurses. We have ambulance on standby. We even have a music truck to go along with persons who would be walking the 5K. So even if you come to plan and take a nice walk, it's fine. We have preparations in place for everyone. So we're inviting the entire island, all of Tobago, to come out and be a part of our 5K. It's the first 5K here in Tobago.
Thank you so much. So up next, viewers, we have Mr. Camille Ali, and he's the director of the, I'm sorry for this, but the Masjid Al Tabwa in Lowlands, and he's going to be talking about the holy month of Ramadan. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce it properly, but I will get the proper pronunciation after. So you're watching Tobago Updates up next, and stay tuned.